We back with yet another illustrious episode of R&R. It's Jamerson, Ballard. How y'all doing this afternoon or this evening? I'm the host with the most. And I just want to make a toast to all the real niggas out there, man. You know, because it's about one every 1,347 niggas I'll meet another real nigga, man. It used to be less than that a couple years back. It used to be like every, 1,000, 34 niggas. But now it's way up, and it's shout out to the Red Gang, man. Shout out to the Capital Letter Club, man. You know what I mean? Because this shit gonna go on regardless of whom or what. You know what I mean? And let me just explain to y'all the today's episode title, man. It's These Niggas is Falling Off the Bone. That's the title of today's episode. What the fuck is you talking about, Jamerson? These niggas is falling off the bone. These niggas is tender. You want me to show you this how tender they is? How tender is they, Jamerson? I'm going to give y'all an example of how tender these niggas really is, bro. Wait till I find this motherfucking video. Where did it go? I had it pulled up. It's in here. Don't even trip. Oh, there it go. I don't know if y'all seen, dude. I don't even. This is a spot called Destination Smokehouse, right? And this is basically the mascot. But this is how tender these niggas is.
I just know.
Yeah. Yeah, that nigga.
I just want to see if they tender. If they tender ain't the word. I don't think he's playing though. See this brisket here? But look here, this is beef bone. I want to make sure y'all see the clarity. Hold on. Look. I told you. Let's see what happens. And then, shake it a little bit.
That's how I feel about you niggas. Every time I see one of you niggas doing some lame shit, I throw my motherfucking glasses down. Like, because I can't. Man, damn, bro. Hold on. This is my folks that came in the motherfucking building, bro. Dude, what's happening, man? You there? Hold on. Okay, he got to go out and come back in and get his mic together. Yeah, man, these niggas is tender than a motherfucking, bro. And I'm not even mad. We're going to talk about a few things today, but I got to get this shit off my chest, bro, because, excuse me, y'all, in my efforts to progress, a suck-ass nigga will place himself in the way of what you're trying to do, right? And I say a second because I'm not trying to get down on females, but without them understanding a lot of times what they be doing, untrained female would do it also. Or uncool female, like, or just, one that's like in her having an emotional tiff or just, she needs to feel like she is important. She will do that. And that's to be expected and even understood. And depending on the female, it might be worth the problems that come with whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But these she can bear a child and she has a vagina between her legs, which ain't enough altogether, the vagina part. But as men, we'll look over a lot of shit because of that. But when it's these dudes, though, these emotional, unconfident, like with Corey, these marginally talented niggas, man. Man, get the fuck away from a nigga like me, man. I can't even, but it's not even altogether their fault. I just have come to the realization that in order for me to get to the next level and the next stage of what's going to happen in this, because the fame ain't what it's about. It's about being able to, get out the information to those that need it. But on the way, if you are trying to fuck with something because of the convenience, you're gonna find yourself in a bad predicament. Hold on. Do his back. Hold on. Man, what's going on with you, bro?
Man, I thought I'd pull up on you. What's good? What's good?
Oh man, sometimes me always you, man. If I had your hands, man, I'd cut mine out, man.
And you be mad once you got them. Am I coming through loud and clear, man? This is my first time coming live from where I'm at right now. Am I choppy or a little clear?
Nah, it's looking real clear, bro. You sound good, man. I'm seeing the new studio. I got a chance to see it up close and personal yesterday. Was proud to call you my partner, bro. I seen the progression, man. And I was just making a point to like I said, today's episode is entitled "These Niggas is Falling Off the Bone."
Definitely.
These niggas tender to the motherfucker, man. I showed the black dude from Destination Smokehouse, the black dude with the they be showing the beef ribs, he just shaking a little bit and the motherfucking meat fall off the bone. Like that's you niggas. That's you suck ass, bitch ass, hoe ass, weak ass, lame ass niggas.
Too tender.
But you know what? I have an appreciation for these types, because if you go through that experience properly, you will learn to step over them and move around them and not be hindered by them. Because I was telling another partner of mine who may or may not pull up that on our journey to go to the next level, this in places like Hollywood is filled with those types, bro. It's built by those types. I have no desire to be involved in Hollywood, right? But on our way up, if we're not careful, you'll get snagged by the lure of convenience or influence or what other trinkets they can dangle in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Your resources, like here, nigger, here, nigger, here. You wanna be on television? You come on. Then they dangle it right over their dick. You wanna suck some dick? Like, nigga.
No, I can do it.
You seen that shit with Corey where dude had him do the little hand signal and shit. What's that show that nigga be doing? Cam Newton's show, right? Corey went on there and dude said, you put the thumb and then the index finger and the pinky finger, and you say one love, some shit like. Now, and Corey did the shit, mad than a motherfucker, because it was another nigga, older cat, bald head dude with a gray beard. He came on there, he be doing a lot of man shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can't do that. I know what that means, bro. That's some devil shit, like some devil worship shit.
Right.
And he refused to do it, but in a nice, classy way. You understand what I'm saying? But Corey's so mad that he just went along with it because, dude, you know what I'm saying? But him being an athlete and black and got a platform, we tend to assume that niggas that look like us are on the same wavelength as us. But a lot of niggas, just because they got the skin tone and male genitalia, does not mean that they are men.
Indeed. Hey, did you put the link in the YouTube chat? Do you got the YouTube up too?
I did. Is it there? Could you see it?
I can't see it, but that don't mean it ain't there.
I mean, it's okay. That's, you just said what up though, so it's right under or right on top of what you just put out.
All right, bet.
You see it?
I'm finna look. It ain't showing on my laptop, but I'm gonna look on my phone. Sometimes it be like that. Let me check it out. But anyway, I'm listening. I'm gonna check you out. Make sure everything is moving. But I'm listening.
Nah, it's just the fact that I'm gonna show it in the. Okay, so now you can see it on the screen. You see this and the what up though on the screen.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, that's if anybody wants to debate me on this topic, feel free to hit the link, and you either be considered an equal, or I'm gonna roast the fuck out your lame ass for coming and trying to interrupt my show with that bullshit. Cause I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. I'm just sidestep a nigga today. I mean, not today, but over the last couple days, like I said, try to put itself in the way of what the fuck I got going on. Like, and I'm just telling niggas, like, bro, you gotta be a freight train. You gotta be like a whole river of water that when these beaver ass niggas try to put a dam up, like you just smash right through that shit, bro, and they can't stop your shit or reroute your shit or do none of that shit. It's just gonna go over it. And that's when they have to respect your mind. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't doing nothing but their motherfucking job is what I'm trying to tell you. They're doing their job. I can't be mad at a nigga that's hating on me or trying to do his job by trying to sidetrack motherfuckers around me or be sucker shit, do sucker shit or whispering motherfuckers ear. Because at the end of the day, if he's able to, if these people that are so oppy, right, they present themselves as partners and cool, right, and they niggas say they really hyenas with lion clothes on.
Indeed.
But if one of these other niggas that say they fuck with you like that, and these people are able to whisper into their ear and get them off the course, that, for one, good riddance to you, and birds of a feather, bro. I can't even get along with a sucker like that, bro. And it irks my spirit. I can't even. I'm to the point where I can't even tolerate the voice of a sucker. Like, nigga, get out of my circumference, nigga. We can't even breathe the same air, bro. You're a Marcus. I don't want you around.
Not a Marcus, straight up. Straight up.
Right. Either you gonna, assimilate to what the fuck we got going on in this man plane, or you are a male. You're not a man. And that's fine. There are different levels of men. Everybody can't be a quote unquote alpha man. There's Sigma man, there's other, there's some beta men out there, and that's cool. Nigga, do that. But, and I'm not here to tell myself it's nothing. I'm just saying what I can and can't. And I got to, he said, to thy own self be true, dude. To thy own self be true.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you, though, man? How you feel about what I just had to say, man?
I mean, you said it, bro. I mean, you can only do so much. Stick your neck out so many times, like try to bring somebody up with you so many times before you just be like, all right, you don't want to be on the team. You don't want to play ball. You know what I'm saying? And everybody don't. And that's fine too. But I feel you, because I didn't, try to bring people up with me and they didn't turn around and bite me too. You know what I'm saying? So, you just got to come to the realization that, everybody ain't trying to, everybody ain't trying to move like you move. And a wise thing one of my old supervisors told me when I was getting frustrated at people. He was like, man, you just can't expect people to think how you think.
Mm.
And it sounds simple, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
in reality, you know, when we in the world, we be thinking like, dang, this is obvious. Why you ain't trying to, go in this direction? But some people just don't get it for whatever reason. They had their reservations for whatever reason. They, you know, for whatever reason, and you just have to throw your hands up like, all right, you don't get it, and just keep on pushing to the next. So I hear you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. And I'm tired of it too. Right now, we in our 40s and still dealing with this type of shit where, men that don't want to be men. That's okay though. You know what I mean? Like, motherfucker catch on eventually all they want. In the meantime, between time, we got to keep stepping though. I know that.
Yeah, because I mean, a nigga could like, who do we blame for this? It's the woman's fault. It's the OG's fault. Ain't nobody raised. But a lot of these niggas be in their 50s, bro. They don't be niggas that's younger than me that be on sucker shit.
That's
Hello?
real. That's real. That's real.
These
I've
niggas
been
is
running
older
into a
than us,
lot of
bro.
old
By
school.
a decade and some change, they be older than us. And they still be, you know what I mean? And I just like, and I'm talking to the youth and any of you niggas that's out here frustrated, boss ass niggas who, you probably won't even know what the fuck I'm talking about if you're not no boss, and that's fine. That's fine. A lot of you niggas, most of you niggas is employee ass niggas anyway, and that's cool. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Just be a man enough to say and know where you at. So when the opportunity presents itself, it's like, oh, those jeans don't fit me. Them pants too big. Like I can't feel those shoes, bro. I mean, I aim to do that at one point in time in my life, but then also, like I said, like I have to realize, like, don't nobody want to be second fiddle to nobody else's shit. Don't nobody want to feel like they co-starred in your movie. You know
For
what I'm saying? A
sure.
lot of these niggas, they want to dictate what happens. They want to move in their own pace, and that's fine. I just would like for a nigga not to waste my motherfucking time and be man enough to say that to my face. Find a way to word that shit. It don't take 2 days to do that, bro.
But here's the thing though. Here's the thing though, Jay. Sometimes you be putting and you and me. I'm talking about just people like you and me in general. We be
Mm-hmm.
putting a lot on people's plate and don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? We be
Yeah,
thinking that it's basic, right? For you and me, it's basic. Just like do what you're
yeah,
supposed to do men shit. And
yeah,
some people just not capable. And the people that's not capable, they not gonna say that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Cause that's admitting that you ain't got something that these niggas apparently expected me to have. I don't have that. It ain't in my bag. So everybody got that. Like, manhood is not something that you just come out the pussy knowing how to do either. And I don't expect that shit. It is some tiers that have to be reached, levels that have to be, you know what I'm saying? At 12 and 13. I mean, and I feel like I got on a lot later than a lot of dudes because I didn't have no dad. I didn't even get into man shit till I was like in my late teens, 16, 17, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like, if I did some hoe ass shit all the way up into there, you could bring that up if you knew me before then, but after that, that's it. It says you say a man will do childish things until he become a man. Then after that, you put away those childish things. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and maybe I'm tripping, but after 25, if you ain't ran into something or you're actually actively running from it now, and you don't. It's like if you've been playing basketball for 15, 20 years, and your shot like this. That motherfucker ugly, but it's wet. That motherfucker ugly. To have a coach come put your shit like this. Hey, point this at the goal, point this index finger and then you shoot like that to make your shit look appropriate. You I just like shoot like this. It works already. It works. All right. I'm trying to give you the formal training, the fundamentals till you can get to where and it looks appropriate. everybody, and I get that, dude. Everybody ain't gonna be where I am when I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And I have to learn how to lower my expectation of niggas. And if I can't get motherfuckers to admit, you know what, you might be right because I'm younger or whatever, it's like now I have to, as much as you want to fit in this hole, I'm not finna be trying to fit a square peg in a round hole for a long time, bro. That shit don't fit. I have to recategorize you and go on about my life and understand that this is just not who you are. You're a woman now. You're a bully. Like, nah, I'm a bully. You just stop being a bitch. Like, how hard is it to not have a vagina? Or, you know, but like a lot of these dudes is women raised and they have male genitalia, but they have feminine tendencies. They solve problems like a woman. They not, you know, they got passive aggressiveness. That shit is probably one of the things that annoy me the most.
Right.
Is that, nigga told me, like, bro, you 6'5", bro. 320. You don't have no natural predators. Like, no. You go in the room and just say whatever the fuck you want to say, and then everybody, you think it's funny. Niggas is not like nigga laugh. I'm like, like no. It's not funny to these niggas, bro. They don't like feeling like that, bro. And if they ever get the chance to be like, you know, it's gonna be like, oh shit, here come Debo.
Straight up.
I'm gonna just tuck mine in. And you know, we here, we be quiet, but when he leave, we be talking again. Like, I'm not trying to say that I'm Debo, but whether you short, tall, whatever your level of manhood, it's like on fucking Dragon Ball Z, niggas could kind of sense your levels. Sometimes they gotta fight you to figure out where you at. But for a lot of, because some of these niggas be bluffing. I'm like, nigga,
Most of them.
I don't give a fuck what size you is. In Texas, you finna fight. If you go in the room and say, man, ain't none of you hoe ass niggas on shit, one of them niggas, you know, he might be 5'7", like, nigga, you ain't talking to me, nigga. And it's gonna be a problem physically right then. You're gonna have to get down, or you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? And I don't give a fuck about how big you is. So niggas talking like, oh man, you ain't, it don't matter, nigga. You either a sucker or you not. Period. And it ain't got nothing to do with fighting and all that shit. It's just be a communicator that can stand on your square, stand your ground, say what it is that you want or don't want, make it clear, and move on. Accept what it is that you can and can't do. Like I said, know yourself and know, like, look, bro, I don't necessarily think that motherfuckers in this are supposed to, and I wouldn't like that right now. So if you give me some time, maybe we need to arrange something. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my podcast in a different space because I'm trying to include another individual and step up my shit. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, motherfucker can't leverage they shit and then think that I'm gonna just, you know what, you know. They say one is too close to none, bro. So, I mean, I got a couple more options to keep a fail-safe. That way I can continue to talk this shit. I mean, I ain't talking about on this podcast. This nigga that you see here right now, I'm not just this nigga on the internet. Like, this me real life every day. And if you know me, then you know. If you don't, and I don't give a fuck. You know, close to me at work, off the job, in person, barbershop, real nigga. And I don't mean like I'm finna get out here and sell some drugs and no shit like that. Like, real nigga, if I say it, I mean it. If I mean it, I mean, you know, if I told you I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do that shit. And if I can't do it, I'm gonna let you know right now in your motherfucking face, I can't do that shit. If I don't like something, if your breath stink or something, I'm gonna tell you in your motherfucking face. Even if it's me, hey man, you want some gun? Nah, I'm cool. Nah, nigga, you want some gun? You got to get the fuck out of my car. I can't have you in here fucking up my shit. And then this nigga, oh man, I thought y'all was friends. You talking shit, man. You know that nigga breath stink, man. Like, bro, you roll with that nigga. You ain't telling nigga, you ain't saying nothing. You be with that nigga every day. You don't fuck with that nigga like that. Now that make you look like a sucker to me. if you talking about another nigga behind his motherfucking back and you can't say that shit to that nigga face, you a bitch. So get recategorized if you want to, nigga. Don't matter to me. What I'm trying to do is still gonna get done. But that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I ain't trying to beat a dead horse. I mean, and he be talking about this real shit. Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
You're right. Don't nobody want to hear it, but this shit motherfuckers need to hear, though. Excuse my language, but of course people don't want to hear what's real. You know what I'm saying? It's medicine. You know how that goes.
Yeah. It requires work and effort. It's not some shit you could just pretend to be. But a lot of these motherfuckers, and I seen the bride today. I don't want a woman with real hair and real shit. She said niggas be acting like they want a girl with real hair and all this shit, but they don't understand that girls like to play dress up. What? You run around here pretending all day in your motherfucking Halloween costume every day, and I'm supposed to treat you like what you dress like. And that's the fucking problem right there with whole of society. Little kid running around with a lion outfit on. Rah, rah. Okay, 1 or 2 days of that shit, you a lion. Oh, he's a lion. Oh. But nigga, take that shit off, man. Like you don't want to be a real boy, or
at all.
I mean, like you got that hair hat on, bitch, and you would have. And if you a nigga that's been raised by that in your whole life, and you seeing this motherfucker put on eyelashes and transform into a whole nother person, and now with all that shit on, she think that she jazzy than a motherfucker, and she forget that she don't look like shit without them eyelashes and that hair on and shit. You a fucking goofy, and you're delusional. And then you come out here with motherfuckers like me, and you gonna get your motherfucking feelings hurt. Cause all I see is this shit that you behind the mask. What's up with you got that fucking mask on. Watch out, man. Damn, I'm trying to be Darth Vader today. All right.
Let me say one more thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Before you move to the next thing. This reminds me of a quote. I don't know who said it, but it go like this. He who dares not to offend cannot be trusted. Cannot be trusted to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? So a person that don't have the audacity to defend somebody, you can't trust them to tell you the truth. So you want somebody like the truth can be offensive sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay, but you got to be able to accept it. So you know what I'm saying? You can't trust somebody that's always sugarcoating things too. You don't even want people like that around you. Why would you want somebody who's constantly pitching you an illusion? You know what I mean? Sometimes the truth is painful. Sometimes the truth can offend, but you got to be able to accept it and swallow it and take it as constructive criticism. One of my favorite phrases is how does it go? It's can you stand the truth? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to stand the truth. You know, some people can't stand the truth. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't, and if somebody hits you with it and you fold, it's not a reflection of the person who gave it to you. It's a reflection of yourself. I'll be going through this with women. You know what I'm saying? You tell them some real stuff, they'll take it as like you trying to be offensive. But if they would just internalize it and be like, hey, it wasn't meant as a shot, it's something that I need to pay attention to. He's trying to tell me something. You know what I'm saying? So everything that's offensive, you don't have to take it offensively. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth can hurt. You know what I mean? So I just want to say that before you got up off the subject, because you know what I'm saying? Everything ain't gold and glitter, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what's real. You know what I'm saying? People expect life to be Disney all the time, man. And it ain't that. This shit real. Yeah, and I keep cursing, excuse my language, man. Every time I do that, let me know, bro. I'm not meaning to.
Listen, bro, I'm not here to censor you, bro. We are Americans. This is, you have the free to say. Now, I mean, like I ain't being monetized. I do at some point plan on being monetized, and I do need to maybe kind of like be a little more television ready. You understand what I'm saying? But like, Man, let it fly, bro, because it's like to be able to articulate yourself in a way without swearing is very intelligent, and but I don't expect that right now. We just kind of vent because it's the things that some of these dudes expect to happen is something that you would do for your woman. I was saying like the women in our lives, because they have our children and all this other shit, we can put up with a lot of that shit with them. You know what I'm saying? But for you to be here standing in front of me with with your manhood, like it's a man, but you it's very feminized manhood. It's frustrating, bro. You might as well be standing there with a dress on in front of me. I'm not finna play with you like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Step that shit up, bro, and get the fuck on, because I'm not finna placate you. I'm not finna, you know what I'm saying, pretend with you. I'm here to let you know something. If you like what you hear, cool. But if you don't, nigga, I don't give a fuck.
You didn't pull my coattail before whenever I was out of line. I had to apologize. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. You know
But
what I'm
that's
saying?
love. That's what love from a real man to another man. That's what love look like. When a nigga tell me, hey man, and like I said, if I go somewhere and I got some shit in my nose, and this nigga that's supposed to be my partner don't tell me I got some shit in my nose, that nigga don't fuck with me for real. He hoping that the bitch see me and don't fuck with me so he can have a shot at her and be giggling with the bitch. You see that nigga had a book in the nose. Not knowing if she a real bitch, she gonna look at you like, damn, nigga, that's how you is with your partner. And now you really fucked up because it's like, damn, and she ain't gonna say nothing to you. She just gonna let you go about your business. You know what I'm saying? But these niggas be trying to go around and do other shit behind motherfuckers' back like these bitches don't see. I love my wife, bro. And the thing that she fuck with me the most about is the fact that I keeps it this way all the time. And there is times where you have to, decorate your words in a way that doesn't get you thrown completely out, because you can't just talk like how you would talk to somebody you fuck with for real, like to everybody, at your job. And that's why my book is gonna be I don't even want to, with the art of the difficult conversation, because some of these conversations need to be had, even with somebody. Have you ever had to check your boss? Yeah, I had a supervisor of mine, bro. His name was Paul. Good dude at what he was doing, because he was training me how to do construction work. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker wasn't nothing but like 5'3". But he knew how to frame a house. Amazing dude. He got out of pocket with me one day, and I'm an employee. You know what I'm saying? I'm his employee. I don't have any power, any leverage in this. I'm learning how to do what he's teaching me how to do. Called me a bitch in his frustration. Like, no, I mean, you act like a bitch. He said some bitch. And I said, ho, 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 ho. With all these power tools and shit around, you know what I'm saying?
Nailed your ass to the roof.
Or I could have did him. Like, if I would have got angry enough, you know what I'm saying? But that's frowned upon for you to do violence in the workplace. I didn't even know that, but I knew that I wanted to continue to, but I can't do it under these pretenses. So I said, listen to me, bro. When you learn how to respect me as a man, I will come back and work. But until then, I'm going to make myself scarce. I'm going to leave before I get upset. And he had to respect that. Like, damn, he called me back within 5 minutes. Was like, man, I'm sorry, bro. I shouldn't have been talking to you like that. Blah, 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 blah. And I came back and worked out. And we worked out. And then they never had no problems again. You know what I'm saying? It made us closer. But a lot of people, they just, they don't even know how to take it. They don't know how to, shit don't always go the way it's supposed to go. And all these niggas don't always intend to be, they don't tend to show you. They slip, don't need to show. But like I said, man, if I didn't know you like wearing skirts. If you like wearing skirts, I can respect that. But I won't be in the same. We can't be in association with each other, bro. I can't kick it with you like that. I can't have you in my inner sanctum. Now I can see you out in traffic, like, hey, what's up, gay ass nigga, and be whatever. I don't have no problem with you, what you doing behind closed doors and shit, but I can't have you up under me like that. Anyway, got a lot of shit to touch on. A lot of this shit is supposedly around the same thing, bro. But like I said, I got you here with me now, so I'll probably keep it real short because I'm not trying to be here all day. But in the segment I like to call "Is That Right?" we got some shit that just kind of came out. There was a little girl. Well, let me see. Do I want to start with that one? Let's start with this. There's a robot that they just released. I mean, it's just like this, bro. I'm not opposed to doing my own work, but you know, there are people who have a lot of shit going on. They need help. There's a robot, and I forgot the name of it, but I'm gonna play the video. It just released it. It's like 20 bands. And I want to know what you would do. Would you have this in your crib if you could afford to, right? Because it's like let me see. I'm gonna share my screen real quick, and we're gonna go in because this shit is crazy. Now, because this is where we at, bro. You know, you seen the Jetsons. You old enough to remember the Jetsons, and
for sure. They had the little maid robot doing everything around the house. The little female maid. Yeah.
Right. I heard a comedian say, I'm not necessarily against slavery. I don't want to be a slave. Like
That's real. That's real. And man, we're gonna get into it.
Let's see. It's taking me this, and let me see. Damn. Okay. Here we go. All right, here you go, y'all. Check it out. Now this motherfucker ain't got no face, but it is what it is.
It's here. The first humanoid robot housekeeper.
Thank you, Neo.
For $20,000, you can pre-order 1X's Neo robot now, with delivery in 2026.
I think you missed a tiny spot over here.
Just one little catch. There may be a human behind the curtain, pulling the robot's strings.
If I throw up, will the robot throw up?
A company representative may need to peer into your house via Neo's camera eyes to get things done.
To many people, this is crazy.
You have to be okay with this for the product to be useful.
But is Neo a useful product?
We're twinning now, Neo.
Home robots have had two big challenges: creating a safe and capable body and a smart brain. 1X is taking on both of those, which is why Neo...
Now, did you hear that part?
Yeah. I don't know about that part where it's gonna be a human behind it. I thought it was gonna be just, R2D2, Johnny Bob by himself.
Right. But it's I think we could probably cut it right there. Cause I mean, I seen videos of washing dishes and doing shit but it's the part that tripped me out was the fact that there is a humanoid listening and watching to make sure that the robot does what it needs to do and is helping it. But for me, it's a no, right? But I'm really private. I don't even have Alexa and all that shit in my crib. But that's kind of the same thing. If you're the type of person that got Alexa, you know what I'm saying? They're listening to you talk all day. They're violating your fucking civil rights. You know what I'm saying? Like they're invading your privacy like a motherfucker because it's waiting for you to say Alexa, but it's recording all the time. Is that different?
No, that's I mean, yeah, it's different. It's different because it's actually some human eyes sitting there watching and waiting too. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I would be able to deal with it if it wasn't a human behind it. Because, like you said, what you was alluding to, like these new AIs and these robots are about to be slaves. You know what I'm saying? We might put it in a nice way, servant, assistant. You know what I'm saying? We're going to use those titles, but essentially all the stuff that we don't want to do, we're going to be having these robots do. And I think it's the future. And you might not want to deal with it right now. And I think as of right now, I wouldn't want to deal with that either right now. But 10 years down the line, it's going to be completely autonomous, and everybody going to have them. You're going to be walking down the street with one. You know what I'm saying? You're going to tell that thing to go make you a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what the future is. You know what I'm saying? And whenever we do have these AI assistants, AI robot, it's going to free us up to do other things. Imagine if I had one of these in my house and I could free my wife up from a lot of her duties. Now it's time for you to get a hustle. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think it'll be good in that aspect. You know what I'm saying?
I cook and I clean it. That's some remedial shit. That's a fucking minimum wage job, sweetheart.
That's slave labor. Now we got R2D2 back here handling that. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Yeah. So, like, what do you bring to the table besides pussy and another nigga kids? You cook and you clean. I could do that myself. Or I got Neo to do that shit. I just paid 20 bands to not have to hear you talk shit about me leaving something somewhere or not doing a dish or whatever the fuck that is. Now what? What else do you know what I'm saying? What can you do to, you know what I'm saying? Because motherfucker could get his robot 4 or 5 assignments, leave for 3 hours, come back, the shit done. Clothes, washed, dried, folded, placed, dishes did, dried. I don't know, but
with no attitude, with no lip.
Right, but the motherfucker can't cook unless the person.
That's as of right now. But here in a little bit, that thing gonna be all the way automatic.
You be like doing the salt bait to your shit.
All that. Yeah, we need that.
That sound affordable as fuck though.
20 bands. We pay 20 bands for cars all day long. We pay 20 bands houses, cars.
Right.
And you know they gonna have it. You're gonna be able to finance that thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, $300 a month. You're gonna get Johnny 5.
Yeah, they got Elon ass out here doing the trillionaire dance right now. Brett about to be the first trillionaire. How you feel about that shit?
I just hope Elon is really what he purported to be. You know, he acting like he doing a lot of what he doing for humanity. He making like a backup planet. You know what I'm talking about? Mars. I hope that's the case, but I feel like he might just be saying that just for cover and really just, doing it for financial reasons. He trying to do tests to make better cars and supposedly be better for the environment. So he have these idealistic goals, but I just hope he is who he say he is. Anybody that's a trillionaire need to be doing a lot for humanity. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to tell nobody what to do with their money, but if you got $1 trillion, then a lot of shit need to be fixed wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can really say. And that's what I would hope for, pray for, and put on his heart to just do more for the world. Because what use is $1 trillion if you're not helping humanity, man? You might as well. It's a waste.
I mean, now the way he don't necessarily get $1 trillion. What it is from what I see, he has to hit certain benchmarks. It's like 12 tranches he has to hit in order for them to, and they approve for him to, you know what I'm saying? It's like this. They all right with him getting more money because him getting more money, it's like their getting money is attached to his getting money. So it's like you investing in a stock when you got your company where it's open. You have to do what your first priority is to keep your to make your investors money. You know what I'm saying? So as far as that, they approved him. Once he hit these 12 tranches or these 12 benchmarks, he'll get enough stock. Then the stock will be worth $12 million. But you know how Elon is. He like a lot of other rich dudes who leverage the stock to borrow the amount of money he needs to do what it is he get to do. And he'll use the stock to pay it back or as leverage. You know what I'm saying? So he don't have $1 trillion per se, but he'll be worth $1 trillion. But he's doing a lot of shit, but that will make him another level of powerful that is kind of scary. And I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't feel like Lex Luger in a way. Like, how do we take this nigga off if he decide he want to do some wrong shit? if you want to do and I'm looking at the roots, right? Because I know me and you had talked about with this when he was doing this shit, and it was like, what the fuck was that? And now I'm starting to kind of, I thought like, nah, he couldn't have. But his daddy was just out here talking some reckless shit.
Yeah.
And so the fruit don't fall far from the tree, bro. If y'all ain't heard what this motherfucker daddy was on, I'm finna play the video so y'all can hear exactly what he said. But he sounded about racist as fuck. Did you hear? Have you heard what he said? Did you hear what he said?
I heard about it, but I didn't hear the clip, man. Roll that thing because we was already talking about it. And you was on some he didn't mean it. He was on some hey ho silver. He was like, my heart goes, no, man. I believe my eyes. You hear me? I ain't gonna never say my eyes was deceiving me.
I might have to eat some crow, man. I might have to eat some crow. But like I said, he ain't necessarily Americanized, but they ain't out in South Africa. But when you hear his daddy talk, that changes shit quite a bit for me. So let's let him.
Apple don't fall far from the tree.
Right.
Concern at the moment, and why I think South Africa is a big talking point in the US right now, is America in the next 20 years will become, for the first time in its history, a minority white country.
Well, that will be very, very bad thing to happen. You want to see the US go down? Why? Oh, you don't like cars and electric cars, and you don't like technology, or what is it? You want to go back to the jungle, or?
If the US becomes a minority white country.
Yes.
So there's Latinas, there's blacks, there's people from all different races make up the majority, and then it could be 48% white people. Do you really think the US is doomed if it goes under?
Yes, it goes under then.
Seriously?
Yes, of course. You see, if you take South Africa, we have a small white population that projects the European culture, or what we learned from Europe.
And oppressed millions of black people.
No.
For decades.
How do you oppress? We gave them work. We fed them. They grew from a tiny little group into a massive group. That's not oppression. That's feeding them. Do you understand? You only grow big if you get fed. You only start at 800 and become 50 million. And if you get fed, we fed them, for crying out loud. Enough with this nonsense.
But so you understand, because the black population was so oppressed under apartheid.
Well, we never saw this oppression you're talking about.
You never saw it.
No, I never saw it.
Yeah, because you're white.
He said, because you're white. I never saw it. Motherfucker, that don't mean that shit don't exist, you goofy motherfucker. Bro said, if we go under 50% white, we're going back to the jungle. He said, you don't like cars? I was like, what? Really? Really? Boy.
So
now there are people they got racist parents and they went the other way. You know what I'm saying? Do Elon got kids by a black woman?
I don't think so. I'm not for sure, but I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And that ain't a key indicator that he racist or nothing like that. That definitely changed like how I see what he might be on, though. I ain't gonna lie. That is, oh man, wow. But anyway.
Let me say something, man.
Please.
I mean, so I actually did a show on this. I can't remember if you fell through whenever I did that show, but I asked the question, to white people, and it was along the question that this guy asked, that in 20 years or so, white people will be the minority, right? And I actually asked, everyday white people this question, how they felt about this, right? And I think Elon's father was being genuine, right? I think the guys that I had on my show didn't want to be honest with me, right? But I respect people like Elon's daddy, because if I was in the same position, I would feel the same way. If I was black in America and we had America in a stronghold and we was on top, and I knew that down the pipe, if things kept going the way that they was going, we would become the minority. It's the natural way to feel, right? But we have to be cognizant of, they know what's coming, so they're going to put things in place to stop it from happening, right? So that's the only thing that I want to bring out to the people. Know that they are being absorbed by brown and black populations and are going to be bred out of existence. So what do you think that they're doing? So all of these things is happening in the economy, with the outbreaks, all this, it may not be by accident, it may not be coincidence, right? It may be they trying to control the population. And I'm not no conspiracy theorist, but the reality is these people, at the rate things are going, will be a minority. And if you think the most powerful people on the planet are not trying to put hurdles in the way of that, we are being naive, right?
Yeah. I seen some shit that tripped me out about the Jewish community. Lord forgive me. I mean, not
for what? For what? You about to say some real shit? Don't be forgiven for no real shit.
I mean,
I know you're not about to say no bullshit.
Now it's just like they've hidden that there are a community, just like how Hispanics is like they have Hispanics that have a darker hue to their skin, right? And they call them like Negro Mexicans. Like they have that in New Khazaria. But and then what they did was they basically gave a lot of the women some type of, like, when they came, it was a group. I think they may have came from Ethiopia or something. Like they migrated up that way, right?
What way?
Up to New Khazaria.
I don't know, where is that? I'm not familiar with that.
Israel.
Okay.
But they underneath but they made sure that they could only, like, they gave them some type of birth controls that like unbeknownst to them, so they couldn't have kids like for 10 years after they got there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And those are the kind of things that make me like, wow. And they, why wouldn't they, you know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't they want to, like, why would they be excited about relinquishing
power
to a community they felt and kept down up under their feet for hundreds of years? They probably scared as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm not like here to. I'm definitely hoping that the way people game up to what might be going on behind closed doors on a lot of shit. But that to me is saying, it goes without saying. But you're right. You have to say these things that allow some people to understand and know that these people probably not happy about that, bro. They call it the browning of America. You know what I'm saying? But he is in fucking South Africa. What does that have to do with you? You live in a country that, or in a continent that is all black, except for maybe South Africa in a way, like this majority white in certain areas. And I don't know what they practice out there. I'm pretty sure they practice some bullshit because they were able to kind of not even subjugate, but they just have control of an area where they are the minority, but they are, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they thrive and are flourishing, but it's just like you say South Africa, that's synonymous with white in my mind. I automatically assume if they South African, they white.
Man, that's part of the program. That's part of the program. They need to have a foothold in Africa. They've been trying to have a foothold in Africa, and they finally got it with South Africa. You know, so yeah, they might be the minority now, but of course they're gonna be. You know how big Africa is, so of course. But the whole plan is not to be the minority. That must take time. So it's a part of the agenda. So I want you to think about this, Jay. Whenever the European reached Australia, what happened to the Aboriginal? right? That now, whenever you pull up an Australian, you seeing somebody else. Whenever, hold on, let me land this. Whenever you go to South America, what happened to the Maya and the Aztec, right? These people don't exist. Now you got the Latin America, the Mexican, right? South America. You know, these people, like you were saying, these people were dark complected. Now these people are my complexion. Why? Who ran up on them? Why do people look like this? They genocided like 90% of their population. And now the norm is lighter than me. When you know they wouldn't have, and then you go to Central America, the same plan. North America, the same plan. And now they in Africa, the last stronghold. You know what I'm saying? So I see it as a whole. You can't just have tunnel vision. There is a direction, a general direction that these people are trying to do, right? So to me, it goes along with the plan. You see, it's overt. We cannot close our eyes to it. What's going on? What has happened? History says it. So you know, this is not by coincidence. This is by plan, man. These people ain't playing with us, and we can't play with them.
Nah, it's a couple of these stories I'm gonna bypass. One I cannot though, and this is gonna be the crown jewel of is that right? Is this story that I seen, and I don't know if you're old enough to remember Heather Hunter.
No, I don't know who that is.
Oh, the porn star. She used to go by Heather Hunter. She was kind of slender, and you know, she one of them vintage porn stars. She
like Pamela Anderson days type.
Like yeah, during you know, it was like the 80s, you know,
80s,
90s, like late 80s, early 90s when she had her heyday. She ended up I'm gonna just play the story so you can see what happened.
Man, you didn't say your sentiment on how you feel about it. Did you say your position on, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you agree with what I said, but what do you think, like, ultimately though?
As far as like the race situation?
Yeah, like how he feel, you know what I'm saying? Like how do you feel about the whole thing? Because you agree with me, but you just, you know, where you at with it though?
Bro, I think a lot of my life choices reflect how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like anybody else. I'm not a racist. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate nobody's race or nothing because of their race, but I am pro my race, which could come across like I'm, you know, race. I haven't dealt with or fucked with anything white. I'm afraid. I just don't. I mean, history has taught me that everything that is bad is white. If it's white, it's sick or something's wrong with it. It's like it lacks pigment. And I have people that I love in my life that are white and I fuck with. But I ain't mixed my genes with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, if I seen a white woman, it was a white woman that actually expressed like with me. And I didn't literally run, but I was like, no, thank you. I can't fuck with it, bro. Whatever I see.
With Dr. Umar.
No, but I mean, I understand, like, I'm trying to be something, right? Right now, I'm still headed that way, and it's not even a white woman thing. When I see women, it look like whenever a man becomes at the top of his earning potential, they's like, all right, that's good enough for me. Half of that is fine. They divorce him. And then they fucked up, you know what I'm saying, because of it. Or, you know, the man is still gonna continue to earn, but I mean, you know, like I said, I'm good with, you know, if white people don't like me, they don't fuck with me, or they scared. I understand that because it took me a while to see that, you know, they genetics is genetic recessive, you know what I'm saying? But it just looked like to me that the world is kind of like, I don't know if white people were an accident. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't seem like there would be a natural occurrence, but it's like the world is kind of auto-correcting itself and they are like afraid that they're about to be extinct. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, what would you do? Like, you know, so I'm not mad at them I just need to know how to protect myself from the bullshit and just be aware of it. And whenever I do run into people that don't be on no, white power shit, they'll make fun of it quite a bit. But like I got a partner of mine, and me and him is business partners, and we tight. I call him twin. You know what I'm saying? That's my folks. I'm not one of those like, oh, I got white friend. White, black, it don't matter. But the truth is the truth, bro. It's about to be different, and you either gonna get on. But this country, with it being so mixed, I would assume everybody knows it's about to look like Brazil in a minute. And if that's scary to you, then that's kind of like, that just tells me who you are. Me, it doesn't bother me. I don't know how it's going to be, but I listen to Tariq and them. I'm like, I can see them training Asians and Hispanics to take over, and it's really they treat us worse than white people. It's like that manager that ain't the owner, but the manager, he gonna treat you shitty because he's trying to protect the owner. You know what I'm saying? He all over your ass. Like, well, you was late today. He only make $1 more than you, but he all over your ass. And that's what I've seen with the Asians and Hispanics. They've been. It's so bad that I had a lady that cleaned my house. She had a Hispanic person working for her. Because in the Hispanic lady's mind, she felt like she was above the black lady. She didn't really work for her like she maybe could have. You know what I'm saying? She was like, it was a conflict, bro. So, I do try to protect myself. I don't necessarily have a dog in that. I mean, I do have a dog. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I just, whatever is supposed to happen is going to happen. I just want to be on the right side of shit and make sure that I don't mistreat people. Because if they back against the wall like that, they probably going to do some shit, that most motherfuckers wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? And become more dangerous. So I just kind of be like, try to make sure I stay aware, make sure my family is aware, because they not finna come at us like me and you. They'll come at our kids, the soft targets, you know what I'm saying? And shit, it look like for the Meghan Markles and shit, they hate them more than they hate us. You know what I mean? Because
The who?
the Meghan Markles,
I don't know
how
who
the
that
British family treated her. The lady that used to be on that married Prince Charles, I think it was.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They try to. I seen how they did her. They like, well, she's not royalty. She can't be a princess. She could be a duchess or some shit like that, but she cannot be equal or ranked to us because it's crazy, bro. I've been talking about this for a while, but I seen some shit that tripped me out, and I was gonna talk about this too. But like, I see like all these black Santa Clauses and these Family Dollars and shit now, and these Dollar Generals and shit. And it's like, why is all these black Santa Clauses? Russia got a book I forgot the name of it right then. And it's a book that you can probably find on Amazon, probably $1,200. Book used to cost $80, but it talks about Saint Nicholas, and Saint Nicholas was actually a black dude.
Absolutely didn't know that.
Saint Nicholas was a black dude, bro, and he was going around giving people, giving kids gifts unanimously. You know what I'm saying? But they whitewashed it. In Dutch, it became, Santa Claus or some shit like that. And now we got Santa Claus, but it's a lot of truth out there that just, it's probably painful to see for them to, release control of it. But what the fuck you gonna do, man? You can only tell a lie for so long. You had a good run, 400, 500 year run. That shit is over with. Like, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
But, like what they did with the what is it? Oh man, the labor unions and shit. When they was bracing themselves for the fact that slaves was about to come into the workforce with way more skills, but for way less money. They formed the labor unions so that white people could ensure that they would always have a job. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it'll be anything different. We just gotta get our shit together enough to where we kind of, you know what I'm saying, able to, you know, just own a business. If you know, we can, you know what I'm saying? They say race because it is a race, I guess, you know, in a competition for resources and shit, but we just so happy to be, we don't really understand, like, okay, we need to be positioning ourselves in such a way where, you know, like, you know, I should be able to get my tires. I should be able to go grocery shopping. I should be able to get a gas station. We should be able to have all of that. But as soon as we do, we're under attack, bro. And we're a threat now.
Yeah.
I should be able to get with 2 other dudes and, man, let's go grab that gas station that went bad and start that and get that. You know what I'm saying? There's a gas station right over there by the Family Dollar on 10th Street that went bad. Right there. Ain't no gas stations nowhere over there no more. It used to be a Valero and a McDonald's right there next to it. You know what I'm saying? And in the
right off the highway.
Right, the one off Scott Street, like right there, going towards Midwest City. That's right there. You think motherfuckers is trying to get that shit so they can? Even the little store over there on 16th and Lottie, where the Asian dudes across from Geronimo's used to have that. That's a gas station, and they said ain't nobody snagging that shit up so we can have some in our own neighborhood. Why? Why are motherfuckers so scared? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I mean, we should have a grocery store though. We should, and not a fucking Homeland. That's not us. You know, I should be able to buy my food from a black person, my tires and my hair care product. But they've gotten this, like the Asians got the hair shit locked down, bro. You'd have to do some heinous shit to get into the hair care situation. You know what I mean? But they got it. They so deadly afraid of us getting into it. You know what I mean? We can make, you know, each other rich. But we talked about that kind of, you know what I'm saying, on that one show where I was like, is America dying? And it was like, look, we having our way by having our way with their women when we broke. They gonna be definitely trying to do something to us if we start getting money, you know what I'm saying, and collectively. Because just one of us having some bread ain't enough. Wealth is a community effort. That's not, you know, rich is something you can fuck off in a year or two. Wealth is not only do I got some bread, but you got some bread that you're going to pass down to your kids, and other partners got bread, he got bread, and we're going to all make sure we keep each other breaded. If you run off or you fall off, I'm about here's $2 million. Don't even worry about it. You can pay me back when you get it. It won't be no interest on it. Just stay up. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no telling when I'm gonna need some help. So just take the $2 million. Don't worry about it. Like, man, $2 million, bro. Is that all you need? What you need to get back started? Like, I needed like 4, but this 2 is a good start. Bet I'll talk to Brett, see if he got another 2 for you, and we'll just float you. Don't trip. You know what I'm saying? We'll do that for each other if we had it. But in order so that they keep us broke so they have access to us sexually. You know what I'm saying? And make us destitute so they'll always have some. But I heard these prisons out here, some of these owners of these private prisons out here is suing the states that they in because they not kept to a certain capacity. Have you heard about that shit?
Yo.
So
yeah, that's been going on for a minute now, and I think that's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? That's super disrespectful because you know who they're going after. So you making the police go out there and, you know, overdo their job just in order to fulfill a contractual obligation, right? You're supposed to be going after criminals, but instead you trying to keep the prison population full so you can have a job. That should be a conflict of interest, right? That's totally disrespectful. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't have a contract with the state or with the police department to keep the prison at a certain occupancy. Yeah. At the expense of the people.
They told them, hey, we're gonna keep it at least 85% full. Because with all of that building and all of those bills and shit on the business, if I'm not making no money doing this, it's a loss for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still have to house and feed all these motherfuckers. And in order for me to do that and do it at a profit, it has to be, now it don't have to be filled with us, but that's what's been keeping it. Like, if we get our shit together, you know how many motherfucking industries will fall apart, bro? Just, if we just stop eating bullshit and didn't get diabetes no more, that's, the needles is fucked up. The medicine is fucked up. That's one. No lawyers, no guns, no, you know what I'm saying? We ain't need to go to court. We don't need, the police is gonna fall off. If we got our shit together, there are several industries tied to us being fucked up. And I think the Democratic Party is heinous because they don't do enough to fix it. They just do enough to keep it fucked up so we can stay voting for their ass, bro. And I'm not saying that Republicans are any better. They both wings of the same bird. But, you know, they'll give one of the smart ones enough to keep him from being dangerous. Get him a job in a you know, excuse my, you know what I'm saying, but if you give a lot of these dudes a job and a white woman and I'm content, I'm good, I don't need nothing else, I'm good as long as I got the freedom to sleep with this white lady and not get
paradise.
You know what I'm saying? Then I'm good because I can't be mad. That's forbidden fruit. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't supposed to be with no motherfuckers getting hung for just looking at them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, now I can get one and be cool and live my life. But I didn't want to go in too hard because, like I said, I do got people that I fuck with hard that are white. I just, you know, I know that there's some out there that don't fuck with me, but I'm not afraid of that. I'm more afraid of motherfuckers that look like me that don't want to ruffle no feathers. And that's what this episode is about.
So let me ask you this, and then we can move on if you want to after this. But I feel like, you know, we be talking about blackface, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got people like, I forget the woman's name, but the woman who was white but acted like she was black in order to infiltrate like the NAACP.
Oh, you talking about Dolezal, Rachel Dolezal?
Her.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't say infiltrate because I don't know if she had no ulterior motives. I don't know if she was really for black people, but that's not the point. The point is she was deceitful, you know, and got the position. But here's the higher point that I wanted to make. You was talking about earlier, you know, that people that are black that ain't always your brother. Well, I want to talk about the people in blackface that's like Obama, right? Because that's the real blackface to me. Kamala, that's real blackface to me. People who have African descent, who are black in appearance but are not black culturally, and these other people are using them as puppets. That's the real blackface that we should really be worried about. We shouldn't be worried about these white women that's on TV that's wearing braids. And black people get up, oh, she wearing they cultural appropriate. Blackface is really real, but it's people perpetrating in high places, right? I think we should pay more attention to that because Obama moonwalked through his presidency and didn't do shit for black people, rocked us to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Kamala was about to do the same thing, have majority of the black women rocked to sleep. So, like you said that I'm afraid of, you know, black people more than white people in the aspect of, you know, I can let a black person get close to me. And to me, that's exactly how I see people like Obama and Kamala. And I want you guys, if you don't take nothing else from me today, know that that's the real blackface. And it's those people who we should really be worried about because those are the people that will look you dead in your face and say that they for you, but be putting that knife in your back and twisting it. You know what I'm talking about?
That's the game that they've been playing for so long. And it was people like Tariq Nasheed, shout out to him, that actually woke me up to how, and he called them tethers, because the rules are skewed for us so that we always have a background and can't run for public office. It'll be another brother that just came, like he's second generation Jamaican descendant. They then came out here and you know, because they was from Jamaica first, they came out here, they gave them money to have a business, blah, 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 set them up, and they live amongst white people, but, you know, they tell their kids, don't fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? And they don't get the felonies that we get because we struggling like we is and end up running for public office. And then them be the people that we be voting for, but they be behind the scenes. We be trying to get shit like reparations and shit, and they be voting it down.
For sure.
Because they don't get none. They don't get it. It's like we do. Because both of their parents from Jamaica, they're not descendants from here. You know what I'm saying? They're actually, you know, they're American now, but they weren't descendants of slavery, so they don't really get. And they be the ones that be, and he, you know, he made it because they'll do a lot of cool shit in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? Even with the Olympics, it was tripped out how they be rooting against us. They don't really want to see us win. Like, you know, we see black and we think camaraderie, but when you're in a country where everybody is black, it's different because they have these tribal, you know what I mean, beefs that have been going on hundreds of years between each other. You know what I'm saying? And they don't fuck with each other like that. So they don't see black and automatically associate black with togetherness. They see black, and if you're not from I forget the two major tribes out there in Africa, you know what I'm saying? Like in certain parts of Africa, if you ain't one of them, you either this or you not, and you not, then we don't fuck with you. Ibu,
You got
tribe and I forget the other one.
I think it's probably like Mali or something else. That you got Ashanti, these different tribes, Yoruba, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But let me say this, you know, being the black that me and you speak of is an American construct, right? These other people see themselves as Jamaican first. Some of them don't even see themselves as black, right? And if they do, they don't put it before their nationality, their Jamaicanness. Africans for a long time didn't see themselves as black. It's just been in the last maybe 20, 30 years. Because back in the day, you would say an African was black and they'd be like, I'm Yoruba, I'm Nigerian, I'm African. They're anything but black, and that's all over the world. So we was under the false impression that everybody that looked like us is us. But people that's outside of America, right, didn't never think like that because, you know, this black label was, you know, here presently is a construct of America, right? Other places they don't have the same dilemma. So it's just now becoming popular to be black, right? Americans have made it popular and trendy to be black, but it hasn't been that way all the time, always. And it's just now becoming to where it's becoming like worldwide to where people is more accepting. But for a long time, well, nobody trying to be no black. You know what I'm talking about? Like shit. It took us a long time to be proud to be black. You know what I'm talking about?
And to be honest, bro, claiming black is kind of idiotic. And it's smart on their part because, you know, it creates contrast. You know, even to be white, it's like that's a division that it and I might get some backlash from others that don't necessarily agree with this, but we should, if we was, because what we do and what we at isn't tied to a landmass. At the end of the day, everybody else calls themselves, if you see a Chinese dude, he's Chinese. You know, he's not yellow, he's Chinese. A dude from, you know, from England, he's English. A dude from Norway, he's Norwegian. You know, we got this black, and they fucked us up. We're Americans. You go anywhere else in the world, Hungary, Brazil, whatever, they Brazilian, they Hungarian, they, you know, Haitian or whatever. We are Americans, and we do not, they got us so divided, bro. We don't put America first. We put black first, but we have to kind of stand up for ourselves. And like you said, be proud to be what we is because they try to make us feel like we are less than human. And, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's really kind of confusion and it's a bunch of bullshit, bro. But if we was really on our shit, we would just be, we're Americans. You know, and all that side shit is, you know, but it's not like that. But with this thing where everybody's finna be brown in about 20 more years, it's gonna damn near have to be like that. Because everybody gonna be mixed with something and cut with something and damn near light-skinned. It's gonna be kind of idiotic to be trying to, are you American? you know, you got Asian, black, white, and Native American in your blood. You know what I'm saying? It's just we have all these different divisions of America. It just we so divided, bro. And then they try to keep us from being united with other people in the diaspora. Because if we all was together, it wouldn't be nothing they could do with us, bro. Nothing.
At all.
Nothing. But
I on YouTube, is it R&R on YouTube? Because you're not even showing up on my YouTube at all. Is it labeled R&R?
they might be shadow banning me for whatever reason. Because the kind of shit we be talking about. I mean, you know, I don't know. I ain't even try to look myself up to see if I'm in there. But yeah.
So what's the name of this show?
R&R, hashtag R&R.
I mean, like the title to the episode that you're doing.
These niggas are falling off the bone.
All right.
R&R.
I'm trying to figure out why you're not popping up on my shit. This is crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to distract you, bro. I'm trying to make sure.
But I ain't even surprised. Because it's like I'm live. I should be like, it should be where people can come get in. Let me see. It don't even show my shit. That's crazy. I could let it irritate me, but I ain't gonna let it get on me right now because I got some other shit to cover. This shit I want to talk about though before we get to some of this other shit is the reason why I brought this up though, because this lady, bro, she started fucking on her husband's son and ended up decapitating this nigga, the dad. And that's kind of where the whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, how is you fucking on your daddy's woman?
Wife, yeah.
And then I don't know if he's complicit with her cutting his dad's head off, but you know, she did. And what kind of fall off was that? You know what I'm saying? You fucking on your ex-husband's son? Wow.
It just popped up.
You can't get enough dick at the job? You have to, bro. Let me see.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. And then you go decapitate the husband. Like, well, did they say why they was tripping, or she was just so in love with the son, she just went and decapitated the husband on GP just to be with the boy? Like, how that work?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to look at. I ain't looked into it. I just heard that, and it tripped me out so bad. Like, we got to talk about this. This is crazy.
Yeah, man.
Good evening. Dramatic testimony from the husband of a woman accused of decapitating the father of her children. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. That man is also the murder victim's son. 8 News Now investigator David Charnes covering this case. David, now day 2 of this murder trial.
And Brian, Denise, one day after Devin Michaels' attorney told the jury her husband, who is also essentially her stepson, killed and decapitated that victim, he told the jury he is not involved in this at all. Michaels is on trial for the 2023 murder of Jonathan Willett, the father of her 2 children. One of his children is Devier Willett, who told the jury he became sexually involved with Michaels when he was 19, and they later got married. Michaels also going by several other names, including Nikki Fairchild, which is her alias in the adult film industry. After Michaels' defense attorney tried to pin this murder on Devier Willett, the prosecutor flat out asked him under oath if he did it.
Did you kill your father?
No, sir.
Did you have any involvement in killing your father?
No, sir.
Did you have any involvement in what happened to his body after?
No, sir.
Devier Willett telling that jury that before his father's death, his father had actually recently just learned that he had married Michaels in those years before, and that he was getting kicked out of the house. Michaels' attorney tried to show the jury Willett resented his father, suggesting that the way he described their relationship to a grand jury and to police was all a lie.
And you've lied to him about the relationship that you have with your wife,
and you've lied to him about the living arrangement where you're getting kicked out by your father, correct? He's moving you out.
Yes, sir, because I didn't know what exactly had happened.
Devier Willett telling the jury he didn't actually remember much from the time of his father's murder because he says he was drinking heavily, but that he resented Michaels after her arrest. He said he hasn't talked to her since and he wants a divorce. Now, he, of course, not facing any charges. This is her trial. Prosecutors say there was no cell phone or video evidence connecting Devier Willett to this case at all. Meantime, Henderson police testifying today about their investigation, including their search for Jonathan Willett's things, including his car keys in his wallet. They testified they actually found it in Devin Michaels' bedroom, and they say they searched far and wide for his head, but they never recovered that or the murder weapon. I'm David Charnes, 8 News Now.
So, dude married his dad's ex-wife, and it don't really show no motive for her killing the dude or cutting his head off, but she was intent on getting away with it. If they'd have cut his hands off, they probably wouldn't even be able to identify the body.
Man, you know what the motive is. The motive, she wanted to be with the son. The son was like, shit, I can't be with you unless daddy out the picture. And the wife said, okay. Hey, check out that private chat, though.
Yo, freaky ass, bro. You so freaky. You was getting pounded every day for however long, and you got married to a dude that actually wasn't tripping off you being a porn star, and that wasn't enough. So you started fucking the man's son, and then you didn't have kids with this dude, but not the older son. What was you doing the whole time you was with this nigga? You was looking at the son like, I can't wait till you turn 18. I'm about to turn your ass out.
I mean, you know what kind of balls you gotta have to decapitate somebody? What kind of stomach you gotta have? Like that's gruesome.
Yeah,
you gotta cut through the spine, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you got to be a real life killer.
I mean, unless you like looking like going through the like you know where the bones end at to make it easier, like how you cut like the. If you haven't done this shit before, like what kind of testicular
psychopath,
bro?
Look at that private chat, Jay.
Huh?
Are you checking the private chat too?
What you mean to see if anybody? I mean, somebody in the room. What's up, somebody? But nah, I'm just looking at
I'm talking about the private chat on the you know, it say private chat and it say comments. You got the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I see it's two private chats in there.
Yeah, the one that say comments is the YouTube chat. The private chat, that's me. I'm just throwing you little shit. That way we can just converse back and forth on the private tip and shit too, you know.
Okay, damn, I probably should have put that on Facebook, huh?
For sure.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's behind the scenes type shit. I'm just making sure you're aware that, you know, if you want to tell me something, you can always jump over here and, you know.
Yeah, politics with you behind that. Yeah, okay, for sure. Yeah, man. That's all I got for Is That Right? The celebrity spotlight is interesting, but I don't know if you got time to get down because you know about Nipsey Hussle's big homeboy Cowboy, right?
Yeah.
You heard about what happened with him and one of the 600 partners or 600 people. Okay, so this is big dude named 600 that is supposedly not from their hood, but he be saying and claiming that he's from their hood, and he boxed. But you know what I seen do box, but don't got no hands. Now he didn't have no hands. I mean, he's big as fuck though, but I don't know if he didn't have no win or he didn't have no hands. But it looked like he didn't have no hands, bro. Whoever I seen him fight, and I played it on the show, he didn't look good. But he sent somebody after Cowboy. You know, Cowboy. You know, they labeled him a snitch for getting on the stand and telling what happened to Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, is that a gray area? I mean, I don't know. You know, to help.
If something happened to you, I'm telling. I don't care. If something happened, they can label me whatever they want to label me here. But if something happened to one of my guys, I'm telling.
Right. I mean, but it's like, you know, when you in the street life, you know, they they held you to a different standard, right? But at any rate, Brett had got ran up on by an associate of 600, and I think 600 might have put him up to it. If you want to, we could play it, but it was like it wasn't a long video at all. Bro was walking around with a boombox and he had some coffee in his hand.
Running.
You know what I'm saying? Bruh.
But yeah, I seen some 6ix9ine, man. 6ix9ine been talking about that snitch shit too. And a lot of times he be keeping it real. I'm not trying to say he did the right thing, but I seen a little clip with 6ix9ine talking about, I told on niggas that told on me. Like, is that snitching? If a nigga tell on you and you tell on them back, or if niggas that you think is your niggas is fucking your bitch and you tell on them, is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, how that shit work? You ain't really my niggas, no way. So,
yeah, which is probably why he didn't fall off after he got, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was still people fucking with him.
Niggas was trying to set him up and rob him and kidnap him, all that type of shit. So
I'm gonna go into it because the next story is a lot more about that, and it's kind of. Oh, y'all forget my. That's Cowboy. Very easy past this because. I don't want to get a copyright. Negative. That's the right there.
You couldn't pay any fault for that, bro. This one I want out. I know it's about to crack, bro. Negative. Boo-boo.
That's quick. Brett didn't even put his coffee down, fam. I gotta kill the music because I don't want my copyright strike.
Lady Mel, Coyote.
But he said, "Cuz boo boo." He pointed to him. Now, what the fuck was he supposed to do?
Right.
What you think was gonna happen? Brett is, he ain't. Maybe he's not an active game member anymore, but he's still a man at the end of the day. You point out, cuz boo boo. What? Brett didn't even put his coffee down though, bro. Now this nigga saying that he snuck dude, blah blah blah, but you in this man's face disrespecting him. What you think was gonna happen, bro? That's not a snuck. You should have been ready for that, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, ain't nothing getting snuck. Ain't nothing snuck about that. You was slipping. You went disrespecting this man in his face while he on live in front of however many people, and thought he wasn't going. He can't be too boo boo because now you night. You know what I'm talking about? So
He didn't even respect you enough to put his coffee down and slept you though.
Night.
Dude, he still had you see the Love's coffee cup in his hands, Steve.
Mob team. That's what niggas kid be trying to do too much, man. You on camera. What you thought that man, even if he ain't that type of dude, a lot of dudes don't be that type of dude, but you put him in a situation where he had to. You know what I'm saying? Like, he on live. He on the block. He in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And, bro, you got what you deserve if you ask me. Because you could have just went on about your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you even if he is, you know what I'm saying? Who is you?
But I think, like I said, it's a dude named 600 who been trolling Big U and a lot of them guys for a while. You know what I'm saying? Because he want to be. He seemed like to me he want to be down. You know what I'm saying? He'll get on YouTube and do a whole bunch of game this, game that, da 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 da. But there ain't nobody really vouching like that. Like, who is your big homie? Who put? He one of them dudes. Seem like to me he just paid to be on the set. You feel me? Which don't really got nothing to do with me. I'm just saying he put somebody up to doing that, and now they calling him like, bro, But that's and you know, this is celebrity spotlight, but it ain't really like huge celebrities. But that shit just happened, and I thought that was funny as fuck. There is a lot of shit going on around that. There's another dude out there named Nina Boy, I think that's from out there that I'm aware of. Just I think Nina Boy fought Bosco 100. You heard of Bosco 100 from Queen Street Blood or whatever?
Ain't that the dude that's blonde? Is that blonde dude?
Nah, that's Munchie B. Bosco 100 he got a beard, he got tats on his face and shit, and he, you know, he be clowning, bro. I'm gonna send you a link to his shit. He funny than a motherfucker. To me, he hella funny. But he also got hit with it's like everybody he had fought ended up dead. He had got into it with a dude named Rosewood, some shit like that. Not Rosewood, it was Rose something. That dude ended up dead. He ended up fighting another dude that he ended up getting cool with, Gonzo. He ended up dead. And then he fought with Nina Boy because they had like a celebrity boxing match. He didn't end up dead, but anybody that he fought in the streets ended up dying.
But did he win in the skiffle?
He didn't. The Rose, whoever he fought against, Rose Mo or something like that, bro, got whooped. And he got on the stand when he was like a kid, and you know they tried to get at him like he a snitch. But anyway, the thing that I've been wanting to get to the longest and the most was this thing about Max B. Have you heard of Max B?
I heard of him, but I'm not really familiar. I'll tell you what I know of him, that he did some time, and I think it was behind like Jim Jones, like put him on a crash dummy mission is what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but I know he just did a bid and just got out. That's as much as I know.
So I had to look it up myself too. And yeah, I think his name was Rosewood. Yeah, Rose. Yeah, he got sorry by a nigga named Rosewood. Anyway, Max B. Damn, bro. Max B was a excellent rapper. I mean, like not even excellent rapper, but he was like, you know, he was doing the harmonizing thing. He had did a lot of writing for Jim Jones, but Jim Jones didn't pay him because, you know, nobody really seen him as an artist at first. Jim Jones just started fucking with him on that and found out that, you know, bro had something. And he had a wave, you know what I'm saying? He was fucking with that nigga, what is the dude? The dude that had a version of let me see if I can think. Cause hold on. There's this rock that was Vanilla. It's named after the dude. I'm gonna have to say Vanilla. French Montana. So he kicked with French Montana before he got locked up, right? Apparently, Max B had a girl that was a stripper, and she was around some dudes that had some money. She came back and told Max B about the dudes with the money. He was like, "Hey, get back with them. I want you to get back with him, and I'm gonna send my brother after him so he can rob him." Now, when she got back with him, she called, brother got down on him, but I think one of the dudes put up a fight and the brother smoked him. And so it was a murder thing now, you know what I'm saying? And the thing that irritates me is because I was looking forward to, you know, Max B getting home because I you know, I don't really fuck with Jim Jones like that. I don't fuck with Jim Jones like that, bro. I don't know Jim Jones not to fuck with him like that, but his character to me seems just kind of whack. You know,
I don't fuck with his music. His music is trash. I don't know him as a person.
He did garbage. He used Max B's like you know wave And he, you know, there's another dude that died too that he kind of stole they style from. I was fucking with Summer Miami. I was fucking with a lot of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I fucked with Dipset, period. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he kind of lost me when he started. It was some shit that Cameron was clowning him about because he was fucking with an old girl that he fucked with, and I forget her name, but she older than him. And she was fucking with, you know, them niggas, that nigga Alpo. The nigga Alpo that was on Paying the Fool that Cameron had played in the movie. The real nigga, she was fucking with them niggas, you know, she was giving them niggas top and shit. And, you know, but she was in their era. And Jim Jones, I guess, had a crush on her. Christy is her name. And he started fucking with her. But I guess when him and Max B got into it over the music shit, because he didn't pay Max B, you know, Max B started rapping about how this nigga was with his lady in Florida and got topped off by her and shit. So now them niggas got beef. And it ain't gonna never go nowhere, apparently. But anyway, Max B tripped me out because I thought he was a realer nigga than this, bro. But he basically told 2 times, bro. 2 times telling. Because the police came and asked him first, I guess, where the girl was. Now, the girl was his girl. And to my knowledge, bro, in my eyes, now, if I'm living in the neighborhood I done bought a house in, and it's niggas on the corner selling dope, bringing down the value of my motherfucking house with their shenanigans. And if I was to call the police to get them niggas off from over there from selling drugs in my neighborhood, that is not snitching, right? I'm a citizen trying to get these niggas from over my area, right? But if I was a nigga that was in the streets doing criminalistic shit, and me and another nigga did a robbery, and that nigga didn't get caught, and I did, and I started telling on that nigga to get less time, I'm a snitch then. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Right. So, and it's almost like if your job as a criminal is to be a criminal and y'all on teams together, you and this other criminal, and they come to you and ask you some information about one of the other guys on your team, and you cooperate with the police, bro, you're a snitch. That's snitching. You help the police do their job in any way, bro. You're snitching. You know what I'm saying? Because they asking you about your people that you plotted to rob a motherfucker with, and that's what Max B did. They came, allegedly. They came, asked him, because Whack 100, you know, he be all over this bullshit. They came to him, asking where the girl was, where she worked and shit, which means they didn't know where the fuck she worked and shit. And he gonna tell them, oh, she work over here. She be with these people. She over there. That's one. So, of course, when they went and wrapped her up, she told her everything she fucking knew, which brought his brother down and him down. She got 8 years. The brother got 120 years, and Max B got like 75 years, bro.
Damn. And he didn't even do it. So he told and still got 75?
Which is why they talking about, he said, I got too much time. He put in 4 appeals. The brother put in 4 appeals. They didn't look at none of the appeals. But apparently after him doing 16, almost 17 years, he was like, you know what? I'm just about to tell them what they want to know. I'm finna get the fuck out of here. They ain't fucking with my brother. He ain't never getting out. So I'm about to go. And any nigga that want me to stay in with them is they miserable and they want me to be. So you telling them what they want to know basically buried your brother's opportunity or chance to get anything, any play. Because he said he's still fighting for his life. He ain't accepted the fact that they not fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga out gallivanting around celebrating and shit, but his motherfucking brother ain't never finna come home. Which to him, he probably like, hey, that nigga wasn't coming home anyway. Fuck that nigga. Like, but you, that's some cold shit. Cause you put him up to that. It's your fault that he in there. I mean, it's not your fault because you probably like, man, I didn't tell you to kill nobody, but at the same time, bro, y'all both, you know what I'm saying? He did that shit to come up, and you might have been the smarter of the two of y'all But you didn't want to get your hands dirty. That nigga went and got his hands dirty and got them all the way dirty. And it cost both of y'all. And instead of you riding that shit out, because you knew the consequences if you did, if shit went wrong, you was like, fuck that nigga, I'm gone. How does that make you feel?
I don't even be surprised no more. It seemed like snitching done become the norm. You know what I'm saying? And like I don't really be speaking on this too often, but as you know, I done a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
I had the opportunity to tell on my guys, and I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I did 5.5. You know what I'm saying? So that stuff just don't sit well with me. And I'm not even cool with the guys. I ain't gonna say that I went in for, because I didn't go in for nobody myself. You know what I'm saying? But the guys that I just used to run with, I'm not even as cool as with them as I used to. But I still wasn't gonna tell them I got caught. You know what I'm saying? So I knew the consequences of what I was doing before I done them. So I was willing to, put my life on the line, put my freedom on the line for what I was doing, and accept the consequences. Some of these men are not men, right? I'm willing to accept the consequences of what I do. Just like when they talk about freedom of speech. Well, freedom of speech is not freedom of consequences. So you say the wrong thing, somebody may smack you. So you got to be willing to accept the consequences of your mouth, right? Because just because you can say anything don't mean another person won't do whatever they believe they should do. And just like in the game, you got to be willing to accept the consequences as a man. Whenever you jump off that porch, know the consequences. You know the consequences, but I will say that you're not a man if you told on somebody and knew what you was up against whenever you was doing it, because you was playing that tough ass role, you was playing that hard ass role whenever you was out there, and it was all good. And then you got, you got some football numbers, and now you want to tell it. Yeah, I can't rock with it.
Them mandatory minimums be some shit. It sounds like to me, damn near everybody that's in the feds that cooperated at some point or another, because the numbers be talking like, a motherfucker can hold 10 years and still kind of feel like, okay, well, I got a chance to get out. I'm gonna get out and still be able to live my life. When you talk about 20s and them 30s and them 40s and them 50s and shit,
niggas don't be trying to hear that shit,
bruh. Them niggas don't. But they, it's always that jailhouse lawyer nigga in the jailhouse. You did what? Oh, that shit carried 30 years. You should have been fucking around with that. You did kidnapping. Nigga, you got to do a minimum of 30 years. You can't get anybody 10 feet outside of they permission. That's kidnapping, and you going down.
Forever. And the feds will do you like that. They'll give you those football numbers just so you would tell. That's all that's for. You know what I'm saying? That's to scare you into giving up whoever else. You know what I'm saying? It happened every time. Just to take it a step further, they was 6ix9ine, who I'm not a fan of, by the way, but I seen the clip of him talking about that Diddy was the first person that we know of that ever beat the feds on a RICO case. You know what I'm saying? Like he got 4 years, but he was facing a life sentence on the RICO and beat the RICO on the feds. And that's something that ain't never been done. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what kind of magic he worked.
I think Young Thug did it first.
Well, he spoke to that too, man. You should pull up that clip. He spoke to that too. He said Young Thug beat a state RICO, which is different than a federal RICO. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ain't nobody never beat a fed. The state don't be as strenuous as the feds. When the feds got you, it's 99, 100%. You out of here.
Boy, when they say your name versus the United States of America, damn, nigga, because they do some shit. I didn't know they do this, but they'll throw your court date anywhere in the country to fuck you up if they, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make it to that motherfucking court date. You know what I'm saying? You in New York, okay, well your court date is in Florida.
Yeah.
You need to be unless you locked up, you know what I'm saying? If you get on probation and shit, it sounds like, that sounds way heavier, bro, to be trying to fight the feds and win. But yeah.
They 100%. I think they got like a 99% conviction rate.
But he
You know what I'm
used
saying?
the same lawyer that Thug used, didn't he?
I don't know.
Sterling or some shit like that. Because
No.
Brad probably asking for a pretty penny for his cases now, bro.
You already know.
Let me see. Diddy's lawyer. Because I think it is the same dude. That's the new. I mean, because Dirk fighting it right now. Mark and Niflo. Okay.
So Dirk got the same lawyer too?
I don't think so.
I was about to say if Dirk get out of that mess he in, he the real MVP because I don't see how he can get out of that from what I heard.
Yeah, no, they got too much. They got too. I mean, the dudes he had doing dirt for him. They, you know what I'm saying? They using the company card to buy shit like some dumbasses.
Mm-hmm.
They tripping, bro. So he that's a Rico, Marissa Goldberg, Jonathan Brand, and Christy O'Connor. Okay, he got some different lawyers. Yeah, but I didn't know it was that he was fighting a state Rico because all his shit was in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? As far as like Thug, and they still didn't win. He just didn't get wiped out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he played out. He played out or something like that from what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard.
I wanted to touch on this a little bit too. Have you heard that NLE Chopper song that he got dissing NBA YoungBoy?
The wackest diss track ever, and he being
it's whack. I didn't like
it. Sassy than the motherfucker in that thing too.
For real, I ain't seen the video. I don't think I seen the video. I thought it was a little bit admirable for him to be attacking to keep it on the same, you know what I'm saying, like the manhood shit. Like he like, look, you damn near single-handedly making these dudes think it's okay to beat bitches up and you know what I'm saying, just be scandalous and you know what I'm saying, like to do unmanly shit. So I thought, but if you sassy, are you y'all trying to out sassy? I'm not cool with that.
Spicy as hell. and I thought he was don't he rap about the same shit? Like he don't be on no, gangbang stuff. I thought back in the day, especially when he first got on, I could have swore he was on some violence type thing whenever he first jumped in the game. I don't know about now. But
yeah, he became a vegan or something. He did a lot of shit. Motherfuckers be growing as they go into this thing, but I just think that, I mean, they both from Louisiana. He probably just trying to, you know what I'm saying, make a play for it, and I don't even know if it might be engineered. They be getting behind closed doors and be trying, well, let's make a diss song about each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's some sucker shit, bro. But I mean, I was telling my wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, bro, I'm okay with motherfuckers hating me. The hate watchers out there, how y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Is still a view. You know what I'm saying? It's still it's still got eyeballs on the show, on whatever, you know what I'm saying? So if it's it's not that I would want that to be the case altogether, you know what I'm saying? But a view is a view, whether it's a hate view or a regular view or a love view, you know what I'm saying? As long as motherfuckers is watching, that's the point, to make people talk about your shit. Niggas make beat diss songs and it be the enemy that be making your shit, a million plus because they trying to hear your shit again. Listen to this nigga, man. Look what he said, man. Man, he was dissing his set, right? Listen. Like, they done played it 5 times. And when they was burning NWA's albums, it was like, y'all have to buy them first.
Going up.
Anyway, so that's pretty much all I got for Celebrity Spotlight. I got a couple more things. And we're gonna call it, bro, because it's getting late. But
I gotta go, fam. I gotta go.
All right, well, man, I appreciate you coming in, bro. I'm gonna touch on these last couple topics and I'm gonna get up out of here. But man, we always appreciate you. Tell the people how to get in contact with you, man.
Man, I appreciate you for letting me up. It's always a pleasure. You know, I go by the name of Due Diligence. You can catch me at Due Diligence 360. I'm sorry, The Principles 360 on YouTube, right? And I go by Due Diligence. I'll get at you later, big bro. Man, hit me up in the AM or whatever.
We'll chop it up.
Already.
All right,
peace. Yo.
Yeah, man. So I don't know how to get rid of this. This thing is annoying. Okay, I can hide it. Boom. Thank you, golly. Now, like I said, that's all I got for Celebrity Spotlight. Next up is Worldview. And on Worldview, we got a couple of things that are going on right here in our own backyard. We got Mexico. Mexico is boy. Man, did I pull it up? Yeah, Mexico is they're going through some things down there. You know, the cartel is running things pretty much. And I think the young people are starting to fight back. They don't necessarily like it. You know what I'm saying? One of the mayor has been smoked, and let me see. Yeah, they killed the mayor out there. Let me see. I'm gonna share my screen right quick. It's not there. I had it pulled up already, y'all. We're not gonna spend too much time on this, but it's just wild to know how much is going on out there. And it's like I said, it's right in our own backyard. So we got to pay attention to what's going on because it could add up to something being a problem here. But I don't think that America's going to intervene in what's going on out there. They might be able to handle that on their own. There's some other shit I'm going to get to that seem kind of crazy too. But right now we're just going to deal with this. And we're going to watch the video and then I'm going to chime in about it. It's going to be about
A large protest against insecurity and government corruption turned violent in Mexico City on Saturday, November 15th, as demonstrators clashed with riot police outside the National Palace. Thousands of protesters marched from the Angel of Independence to the Zócalo, the capital's main square, where the National Palace, home of President Claudia Sheinbaum, is located. Tensions exploded when masked protesters tore down metal barriers protecting the palace, prompting riot police to respond with tear gas and smoke bombs. Demonstrators pushed and kicked the fences, while some hurled stones at officers. The demonstration, organized primarily by Generation Z youth groups, drew citizens protesting specific cases of violence, including the assassination of Uruapan Mayor Carlos Manzo. Participants waving Mexican flags voiced frustration over deteriorating security conditions and government corruption.
Venimos a marchar por Carlos Manzo, por el vil asesinato de Carlos Manzo y porque queremos justicia para Carlos Manzo y para todos los que han perdido la vida y su patrimonio en manos de la delincuencia.
Carlos Manzo, lo que le pasó, creo que Para mí esto es una evidencia viva de que la gente despertó, de que no podemos estar en manos de un país donde gobierna la delincuencia. Ya no más, ya no más. Yo creo que esto ya es el límite.
Lo que yo quisiera que el gobierno hiciera es que dejara de dar tantos permisos de actuar al narcotráfico, que lo controle, que deje de extorsionar a la gente.
Venimos por nuestra propia voluntad. Amamos a México. Ya estamos cansados. Ya lárgate de aquí, Morena. Estás destruyendo México. Esto no es México.
It was somebody who took over for, I thought it was wife or something took over from her. They killed her too. Girl must have had like a real strong stance against the cartels. And they, I heard that with the president, the lady, I'm pretty sure they put her in. They was like, she was like, it's illegal to do something about the cartel. So they having their way out there, man, and it's getting smoky in the city out there. So if you plan on going to Mexico right now, I would think twice about that. That's really what this whole thing is about right now. I'm not, I don't want to get my tongue pulled out my throat. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just reporting the news. But that's happening in Mexico. And then we got this thing still going on out in Venezuela, man. So I'm gonna play that. Cause they didn't got some cooperation from both Russia, Iran, and China on the weapons side.
Sending drones to Venezuela for Venezuela to use in potential strikes against American warships. If the U.S. decides on Venezuela, this could turn into a major international crisis. Venezuelan officials said, "We are almost certainly in need of these Iranian drones with a range of 1,000 kilometers." But it's not just Iran. China is also preparing to send military equipment to Venezuela, meaning the U.S. could be facing a serious fight. Just a week ago, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro sent a letter directly to China. Ironically, that letter was intercepted by the U.S., revealing what was inside. In the message, Venezuela asked for expanded military cooperation between Venezuela and China. Russia has already supplied Venezuela with air defense systems, missiles, and other weapons. It's very likely that Russia's allies, China and Iran, will also continue sending military support to Venezuela. Whether this situation becomes a serious challenge for the United States or just another manageable conflict remains to be seen. If you like the video, make sure to like.
Yeah, that seemed kind of spooky, man. That but what do you do when you're going up against a superpower like America and you want to keep doing what you're doing? You get some homies to help. That's kind of what's going on as far as that, bro. When you out here and you moving mean, and somebody out there don't necessarily want to get ran over, they team up on you, man. And that's kind of to be expected. Well, Venezuela got so much oil, and America might be going in there so they can have access to that under the guise of they trying to keep drugs from out of America, which is what it looked like. But it ain't nothing what it seemed like. You know what I mean? So it's just it is what it is as far as that, bro. So that's that. And the next segment is a segment I like to call "Don't Be a Weirdo." Don't be a weirdo. It's got some heinous shit going on, man. I don't know. I think it might be Minnesota. We're gonna let the video rock because it's a lot.
35 pounds. That's what emergency crews found when they were called to this Wisconsin home. It landed 4 adults behind bars facing multiple charges of child neglect. I'm Emily Matesic with Fox 11 News. Adegemi landed 4 adults behind.
So, Walter Goodman, Melissa Goodman, Savannah Lefevre, and Kayla Stemler are our weirdos of the week. And that they look, what is this? They just look, for one, they ain't missing no meals while they starving this little girl.
Bars facing multiple charges of child neglect. I'm Emily Matesic with Fox 11 News. Outagamie County officials are saying this is one of the worst cases of child abuse they've ever seen. I'm going to take an in-depth look at what prosecutors say the girl went through in that house. We should warn you, some of the details of this case are disturbing.
Quite frankly, these allegations before the court today are incredibly disturbing. And it's alleged that the minor child was, quite frankly, living in a house of horrors.
The victim was removed from the home in August. In addition to being severely malnourished, the girl suffered from multi-organ dysfunction, including respiratory failure, cardiac dysfunction, severe acute hepatitis, and pancreatitis. Her condition is so severe, doctors and nurses didn't know if she would survive.
I was able to observe photographs of her, and she looked like a skeleton. She was just literally skin and bones at 35 pounds.
These are the suspects, all arrested in November. Walter Goodman, who is the victim's biological father, his wife Melissa Goodman, along with her adult daughter Savannah Lefevre, and Lefevre's partner Kayla Stemler. They're all charged with multiple counts of chronic child neglect, both physical and emotional. The criminal complaint says the victim went to live with her father in 2020 after he said the girl's biological mother went to jail. It was shortly after arriving at her father's home that the victim made her last trip to the doctor. At the time, she was attending school virtually because of COVID. And while the complaint said she was enrolled virtually again for the 2020-2021 school year, the following year, she was reportedly being homeschooled.
She was neglected for a number of years. She has not gone to the doctor since September of 2020. She has not been in school since COVID.
Walter Goodman told authorities his daughter was autistic and she didn't eat or sleep. He said that they did offer her several meals a day, but because she didn't eat or she didn't sleep, she burned extra calories, and that's why she wasn't gaining any weight. Now, text messages between the adults in the house tell a different story. Kayla Stemler texted Melissa Goodman, writing, "Just so you know, MJG, who is the victim, was taking more than one bite at a time, and when Savannah confronted her, she continued to argue with her, so I used the belt." Melissa Goodman responded, "That's fine." Another text message exchange in the criminal complaint illustrates the disdain the adults had for the victim. As Kayla Stemler was caring for the victim, she writes, "I've only had her since Saturday, and I'm so mad to the bone. I don't know how in the world you do it." Melissa Goodman responds, "It's hard to be honest, and some days I don't want to anymore and wish she'd just go away. I'm just being honest." Savannah Lefevre chimes in, "I just want to karate kick her dumb head." Stemler responds, "I totally get that." Even the girl's father didn't want her around. In an interview with a friend of Walter Goodman, the man told authorities that he told Goodman he needed to treat his daughter better. The complaint said Goodman responded by saying, "If I could leave her somewhere in the woods, I'd leave her." The man said Goodman then addressed the girl saying, "I wish I could kill you." The complaint also says the girl spent the majority of time locked in her room. Walter Goodman telling authorities he would watch and communicate with the girl through a webcam he had set up in that room. He claimed she would self-harm.
This is the most egregious case of child neglect I think I have ever personally seen in my nearly 25-year career.
The case was only discovered after Walter Goodman called 911 in August to report the girl was very weak and lethargic. The first officer to arrive at the home said he believed the child, because of her size, was only about 6 or 7 years old. She was immediately hospitalized in Green Bay before being transferred to Children's Wisconsin near Milwaukee. A nurse caring for the girl, upon explaining to the victim she would get 3 meals a day, noted the girl's eyes lit up as she started listing off all the options of food she could have over the course of her hospitalization. She then told the nurse her dad would be so mad because he didn't like when she eats so much.
She has now since been released from the hospital and is gaining weight and is doing better.
The charges Walter and Melissa Goodman, along with Savannah Lefevre and Kayla Stemler, are facing carry more than 80 years in prison. The four remain in the Outagamie County Jail as bail was set between $100,000 and $150,000 cash for all of them. All four will be back in court later this month for preliminary hearings. You can read the criminal complaints.
Yeah, get their ass out of here. 80 years? I don't know if that's enough time. That's just so bad. It's so bad, bro. I have a special space in my heart for kids when they being abused like that, as an abused victim myself. So, that's the reason for the segment. Don't do that kind of shit, bro. Don't do that shit. If you don't want kids, use a contraceptive, get fixed. You know what I'm saying? Because them kids didn't ask to be here, man. You know what I mean? Like, and watch who you sleeping with down the line, because I'm saying down their bloodline, because some of these people have mental health issues in their family. And, that doesn't mean that you don't have to take care of your kids because you didn't, pay attention to what's going on in your child's, or the spouse, your spouse's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not cool, bro. So my heart goes out to the little girl. They never said her name. They can't show pictures of her because she's under 18. But that's all I got as far as that. And the last but not least segment is Who Got Active. And today's Who Got Active is kind of a celebrity edition because it's a former player of, I think, the Houston Rockets got active for his little sister. His name is Patrick Beverly. And it sounds like he had to put the whoop down on somebody with an 18-year-old.
Is speaking out tonight after his arrest in Fort Bend County. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Daniela Guzman. Keith Garvin is off. Patrick Beverly was arrested at his home early this morning. He's charged with assault, family violence involving a household member. KPRC2 News reporter Corley Peel joining us now live about why Beverly's attorney says his arrest is a big misunderstanding.
Daniela, Patrick Beverly's attorney sent us a statement saying that he was defending his little sister at the time of that incident. Beverly is also cautioning the public about these allegations. Hours after bonding out of jail, Patrick Beverly posted on X saying, "Please don't believe everything you see on the internet. Hope all is well. Love." Fort Bend County deputies showed up to the former Rockets player's home before 4 a.m. Deputies say a situation transpired between family members, leading to a family violence incident. He was arrested and later made his $40,000 bond. Details about the crime are not clear. Beverly's attorney released a statement saying in part, he cares deeply about his little sister, a young lady, a minor, given that when he unexpectedly found her alone in the home with an 18-year-old man in the middle of the night, he was understandably concerned as any brother would be about his sister. However, we don't believe what followed happened the way it's been described, and we look forward to the opportunity to address that in court. And Beverly's attorney adds that he does not have a criminal record. This is an ongoing investigation, and we will keep you updated. Reporting live, Corley Peel, KPRC 2 News.
Well, Patrick Beverly is our activated individual of the week. And
Police officers, they're just like the
yeah, we don't believe everything we hear in the media, so I'm not mad at bro for standing up for his sister. That's what he's supposed to do. And I will hope any of y'all will do the same thing. But that's been the show today. I hope that y'all got something out the show, man. Please like, subscribe, share, and follow me on all social media platforms. It's Jamerson Ballard. And with that being said, man, y'all, it's me signing off. Y'all have a wonderful week, and I will see y'all next time. Hasta la vista.